He is the Canadian gangster Olivier Aubin-Mercier, looking to earn another $1 million at the PFL Championships in Washington later this month. And you mentioned to me before we started, you're moving. I know the last $1 million you had spent on a bidet. So what's happening with that situation? You're gonna have to install a new one at the next place.
No, it's coming with me. It's coming with me. Keeping it. A bidet, you cannot exchange it. You have to keep it. So yeah, no, it's coming with me. But like the next million, I'm gonna find something else. Gonna find something else to buy.
And you also bought a Pokemon card. So what do you have in mind for this next million? Anything?
Yeah,
Any?
the ring. The only ring from Lord of the Ring.
Yeah, you're thinking of getting that.
Yeah, but well, it's 2 million, so I guess I can. So I think there's a rapper who have it now. The dude with all the tattoos on his face, like don't remember his name, but yeah, I have to tweet him, to X him, and ask him about that card because I think he got it for 2 million.
A card you said it is, or is it an actual ring?
No, it's like a Magic the Gathering card. You know, it's a Lord of the Ring. I think they did I don't know, the crossover or something like this. And there's one ring, there's one card like this. It's the ring.
Well,
And
you mentioned the rapper that has the face tattoos. You're probably gonna have to narrow that down a little bit. I mean, there's many of them.
yeah, I know. It was a bad call to say that because they all have tattoos on the face. Um, what is his name? This guy is super known. Anyway, yeah, he got the card. So yeah,
So you're gonna have to see if you can get. I mean, maybe you can get somebody to go in with you, and you guys can combine to buy it.
yeah, maybe, yeah. I'm gonna find some investor. You know. But you know what? Like when I was a kid, my parents was always telling me not to buy the Black Lotus. Because it was like $400 this card, and now it's like worth like 200,000. You know.
Yeah, I remember like when I was in elementary school, I think people were talking about this Black Lotus. I wasn't a big. I had a friend who was a big Magic the Gathering guy, and he said, "Oh, this Black Lotus card." But like you said, it was like at the time probably $300, $400, and now look at what it's worth now.
Yeah, I should have listened to my parents. That's think that's the thing I should remember.
Well, so ask them what you shouldn't invest in this time around, and then just go and do that. So if they say don't buy like an autograph of
Exactly.
Tom Brady, you just go and buy a Tom Brady autograph. You'll know you'll make a good investment.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy now. You can make money. I have a friend who like bought a house with just shoes. Was buying some shoes online and was selling them after, and he bought a house with that.
The way you first said, I thought you said you had a friend who built a house made out of shoes. So
Oh, no, 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 yes.
that's why I
Would
was a
be
bit
cool too,
confused.
but
Yeah, well, there you go. So if you know what you're buying, you can reinvest it. But I mean, you're in the fight game right now, and $1 million isn't easy to come by in the fight game. And of course, main event, Clay, or I don't know if it's the main event, but it's one of the top fights on the card. Yourself and Clay Collard. So this is one of the few guys I don't believe you faced yet in the PFL. Am I right? You and Clay Collard have yet to meet.
yeah, no, that's why I'm happy to fight him. Uh, it was in between Shane and him, and I feel bad for Shane for sure, but like I'm happy to fight Clay. It's was it the only one I didn't fight. He's there for a long time, for 3 years now, I think. And remember seeing him his fight against Manfield, like a really really good fight, and then he lost that one. And the year after, it was Alexander Martinez who shook him. So it's nice to see him in the final this year.
Is there any chance this is your last fight if you end up winning $1 million 2 years in a row? Are you still going to continue to compete in tournaments in the future, coming years?
So, well, there's more chance that that's my last fight than that it's not. I would say the only reason it wouldn't be my last fight, it's if a PFL come in Montreal, and I don't think it's in their plan right now. So it it could really be my last fight, this one. And it's like a weird feeling because I do feel I never been that good in training, and I do feel my coaches and training partner think the same. So it's weird to really leave on top. But yeah, I need a break, and I want to have time with my family, And I'm getting older to be, and it shows, I'm 34, and like I said, I've never been that good, but the mental, it's different, I'm getting tired.
Well, I would beg to differ when you say you've never been that good, but you sound like you are kind of at peace with this, that this is going to be potentially your last fight. So, why is that? Why is now the time, in your opinion? Do you believe that if you fight for longer, you're going to be, I guess, a lesser fighter? You're going to be diminished, and it's going to be, potentially have long-term health ramifications?
No, it's just like 4 fights a year. It's too much for me. It's truly too much, and I want to have time with my family. I think the last 2 3 years, I didn't really see a lot of my family and my friends. So I think it's time for me to take a little break, and it could be, I'm proud of what I accomplished right now. Like I'm happy, and if I'm two-time champ, it would be even better. But I'm really proud of my career, and I do feel it could truly be it, and I would be super happy with that. Um, so yeah, it's a weird feeling. Like a month ago, I would have said like, yeah, no, for sure, I'm leaving. I'm done. But like I said, it's weird when you go in a training camp and you're feeling that great. You're like, oh, yeah, maybe one more, but like I know in 2 months it's gonna be too much. I need a break, that's for sure.
So, do you feel like burnt out because of the tournament? Like, what if you just took a year off, didn't compete in next year's tournament, and then came back refreshed? Is that something that you would consider?
I don't know. It depends how I feel. I'm gonna be 35 at that point. With a year break, if I don't feel comfortable, if I don't feel good, if I feel my level drop a little bit, I don't think I'm gonna come back. And I do feel 35 it's getting older, especially at light heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I know that there's a statistic in the UFC, at least, that nobody that's, I guess, 35. Well, it's not nobody, but out of all of the championship fights at 170 pounds and lower weight classes, a 35-year-old fighter has only beaten a younger opponent once in 32 tries, which is a pretty staggering number.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're smart, you know about that thing, that the smaller people like have a shorter career. And I mean, I know it, so I think 35 is going to be a little bit older. I would say now it's my peak, maybe a little bit next year, but 35 is going to be hard. So, like, I will be at peace at that point anyway.
It sounds like you're at peace today. Like if things ended right now, you feel like it sounds like you're at peace with where you're at in your career and what you've accomplished.
Yeah, yeah, but like, I still want to fight this. I still want to do the last fight. It's I'm looking forward for this fight. I'm more looking forward for this fight than any other fight this year. Actually, because it's the end, and uh, I'm planning to have fun on this fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't advise you to leave $1 million on the table and just retire now. I mean, that wouldn't make a whole lot of business sense.
Yeah, it would be a good power move, though. Really good power move.
Yeah, Olivier was so happy with his career that he just decided to forego $1 million, and Clay Collard just well. They probably wouldn't just
Yeah,
give it to Clay Collard. They'd probably find a replacement opponent if I had to guess.
yeah, I don't know what would happen. I know Bruno is the replacement, but I always wonder, like, what happened if, let's say, I cannot fight, Bruno cannot fight, like, if nobody can fight, are they just gonna go find someone? Like, I wonder.
Well, with $1 million on the line, I don't think the option of nobody can fight is going to be on the. Someone's going to take that fight.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But sometimes it's not. They don't decide. Let's say Bruno don't do his weight. Like what happened?
You know what I would do? I'd book.
You
I'd
would fight.
no. No, that's not going to happen. But I mean, I would have 0% chance of the $1 million whether I fight or not. But I would take Hausch Manfio against Nathan Schultz, and whoever gets the finish gets $1 million.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I see what you did there.
That's just a sadistic answer. I probably wouldn't actually do that, but we are looking forward to seeing what you can
Okay,
do.
so I'm not the only one thinking about that fight, eh?
What did you think of? What did you think of that fight? I haven't spoken to you since that fight happened.
Oh, I do think there was an agreement. Yeah, I do think so.
So you think that they, before the fight started, said we're gonna just go whatever 20% against each other, and whatever happens happens?
Yeah, I think so.
But you don't think that they said, well, you're gonna win because if you win, you get to continue in the playoffs or anything like that?
No, I don't think that I don't feel like it. Well, if they did, it's like it's jail. So I don't think that happened. But like I mean, I kind of understand if I was fighting my best friend. Like I don't think I would go 100%. You know, I don't think I would try to hurt him. So it's kind of understandable, actually, what they did. But yeah, I do think there was a kind of an agreement. What do you think? Do you think there was one?
I don't know if it was necessarily an agreement, but I definitely don't think that they were going 100% and trying to finish one another. Like, I mean, these guys are the godparents of each other's children. I don't think
Yeah,
that they were going to really try to hurt each other that badly.
yeah, exactly.
But like you said, if they said like, okay, well, you're going to win because you still have a chance of winning the tournament, then like you said, that's like racketeering or whatever it is. It's against the law. I don't
Mhm.
think that happened either.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was like this, but yeah, I think they just. But yeah, like I feel bad for them. Like I was mad when it happened. I was really mad because I was feeling that I gave it all in my fights, and them like they didn't. And so I was kind of mad, but at the same time, like I would be pretty pissed to fight my best friend. So yeah, I think I understand both sides right now, and I don't know who's right or who's wrong.
Do you think the PFL did the right thing by pulling him from the tournament, or do you think that they should have just let him proceed?
It's really hard to say. Really hard to say. Because like I said, it's unfair for anybody in the category because the danger in PFL is to get hurt, and to get hurt and be hurt for the next training camp and then go fight hurt. So they didn't have this problem. So that's truly unfair for anybody in the tournament. So I think I would just not match them together.
Well,
But
that's
then I thought,
that's the right answer. I mean, they shouldn't have been unless they're in the tournament and it's like the semifinals and they have to be matched against each other. Then I understand. But like, why would you match them? Like, you're arbitrarily matching them for no reason.
yeah, exactly. And at the same time, we had maybe the best fight of the year because of that. Clay Collar against Shane Burgos. That's all because of them. Shane was not supposed to do the tournament, and he did because of them. So yeah, the MMA gods gave us the best fight of the year, but or to sacrifice.
I heard a lot of perspectives on that fight. And I think yours is actually a particularly interesting one that we haven't really heard before. That like because he wasn't going to be compromised in that fight and wouldn't have to take the same sort of damage as somebody else who's in the tournament, that it gives him an unfair advantage going forward in the tournament if he does get to continue. That's actually a very smart point on your part that like I don't think a lot of people considered.
Yeah, but that was my point since the beginning. That's why I was pretty mad at all this thing. I mean, uh, to fight in the cage, there's some risk to do it, and when you take out the risk, I mean, what the heck, you know? It's not the same thing. So yeah, I felt that I was taking a lot of risk to fight Anthony, and yeah, actually Anthony kicked me in the face in the first round and dazed me, and And then I saw, and to be honest, like I remember watching the fight in the at the hotel with people, and we were laughing because it was so ridiculous. It was a really bad actor, you know. So it was kind of funny when I saw it. But then when I thought about it, I was like, God damn it! Like I'm gonna fight for real, and I may get hurt. You know, just kicking him for real, it's gonna hurt my leg and everything. So no, it's kind of unfair, and I think that's the reason why I was that mad after the fight. But with that being said, like with a week, when the week passed, I kind of understood their point too. You know, they don't want to fight, so I think it's gonna be to the PFL. You know, to see if they want two friends in the same category, because the category are so small that if you put two friends together in the category, they have a good chance to fight each other. So I think it would be more interesting to put people from all over the world instead of two people from the same gym in a category.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to go in that direction, especially if this Bellator sale eventually gets announced
Mhm.
with the PFL. They're going to add a lot more to the roster that can compete in these tournaments.
Yeah, exactly, and it would be so much interesting. You know, like a little bit the Olympics of MMA. You know, like maybe one person, a country or something like this would be really really good. I think maybe two people from Brazil, maybe two people from the US. Uh, but bro, like put all the country you can in that tournament.
It looks like they're trending in that direction. They've got PFL Europe. They're going to launch PFL Africa in
Mhm.
2025. I think they're doing PFL Asia. They're launching kind of these regional. They've called it kind of a Champions League of MMA, where if you end up winning that tournament regionally, then you're going to end up in the next year's the major tournament for the $1 million, which I think is an interesting concept. I'm very curious to see how it's going to play out if Bellator ends up getting purchased and they're going to add all these new people to their roster. But I think it's a very cool concept.
Yeah, I do think so too, and like I would like to help them, you know, to build that concept in Canada. You know, that would be really good. I think there's a lot of option to do that. You know, I don't know if we can do like a tournament here in Canada or just a TV show. You know, just a TV show that you try to find the best prospect in Canada.
Is that something that they've mentioned to you about PFL Canada? Because I think that would be something that would make a lot of sense given they're doing it in all these other regions.
No, but I'm trying to plant the seed. You know, I think that would be good. I think that would be a good prospect to for this show. You know, to to try to find some guy from Canada, some prospect from Canada. I think I'm pretty I'm liked here, so I think it would be easy to go gym to see who's the next one. You know,
You'd be like a
and
scout. You could be a scout
yeah,
and go
like
from
a
gym to
little bit
gym.
of a scout. You know, old school scouts. You know, you get like a train sponsor. You know, here there's a lot of train in the well, the train are getting popular here in Canada. So I go in train town to town to see who's the best fighter. You know, and try to find the all the best fighter. Do a little tournament, little bit like a Jean Claude Van Damme tournament, and then the winner do the PFL. That would be good, I think.
Well, if Via Rail are watching, they can get in touch with you or the PFL. We can make this happen.
Yeah, exactly. PFL should contact via rail, and we do that. You know, old school, like super old school. You know those movie that there's the hero coming out of the rail. You know, the via rail, the train, and you have to fight the champion of the town. You know, would be good.
So you want the fights to happen on the trains, like in the movie Money Train.
Yeah, maybe not on the train, but moving with train would be even pretty good.
Well,
I
you
would be happy.
do it on the train, and then it's a 5 minute round, and then you have your 10-second clapper, and then they have to hold onto the rails so they don't fall at the end of the round. I
Oh
think it
my
adds a new
god.
element.
Yeah, like those Russian sports, you know.
Like yeah, where they're fighting in the phone booths and the convertible.
Yeah, phone booths, the car. I think there's like even like a big container now that you can fall from the container.
Yeah, I don't think the
So
PFL are going with those kind of fights going forward.
no, no, they are not unlike a UFC. not going with the slap.
Well, I mean, that's a different promotion altogether, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Do you?
All right, Olivier. Always a pleasure chatting with you, man. It's the finals coming up later this month, PFL Championships. Yourself, Clay Collard. I love this matchup in the lightweight division. And if that is your last fight, on behalf of Canada, thank you so much for all that you've contributed to the sport. And we look forward to seeing whatever your contributions are, whether it's PFL Canada or anything along those lines in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aaron.